Recording is on. Thank you everyone for those who joined from various parts of the world. A quick introduction about me. I'm not going to take too much of time because it's not going to be a great value add for you guys. Yeah, I always talk about value. So, but you should know who is speaking. So, my name is Lakshmi Narayan, but in short, I'm familiarly known as Lakshmi Narayan. I'm certified all these things. I really don't give too much weightage on my certifications. Yeah, we know the value of certifications nowadays. Yeah, not hard to get. But what I give weightage is 21 years of industry experience in the IT. That's what. So that's knowledge I have gained. The practical experience that I got from last 2 decades. That's what I give more value at. And I worked as my background is a technical background. I started my career as a Java programmer. I scaled up my knowledge, acted as a technical lead, project lead, program manager, delivery manager. So, and I worked in UK. I worked in Belgium for 4 years, acted as an enterprise agile coach. And since 2018, I've been working as an agile and Jira coach for a major bank in Australia. Okay, that's a quick summary about me. Apart from this, what I do free webinars like this, helping the community to improvise their knowledge awareness programs. That's one thing. On top of it, I also do some paid online trainings, which is helping a lot of people across the world to settle down in the role of Scrum Master job. Okay, so we will talk about that one. I'm not here to promote my training. Yeah, so I'm making it clear. So the main objective of this training, why we are gathered here, is to help you to understand what is this agile is about. There is so much hangama, so much buzz. So I want to make you aware, like why we want to switch to agile. So how a project used to conduct in a decade ago, why that is not working, why we have to move towards agile, what are the skills that we need to have so that we can get a successful job. Most of my students get jobs every week. So how they are getting, what are the skills that they are building? Let's understand slowly bit by bit. Good. So I'm going to start slowly with my explanation. I assume that some of the people, at least 30% of the people are from non-IT who has joined here. So I want to help you to understand how traditionally things used to work. Okay. So that I will let me explain. It's on my whiteboard. Typically, whenever we want to start an IT project, so we will be having a group of the business people there. These are the business people. And these business people, what is their main job? They will be closely inspecting the market conditions, market opportunities. They gather the needs, what customers are looking for. They identify the needs and they document them. That document is called business requirement document. Okay, that's a business requirement. All the set of requirements will be in here. BRD, business requirement document. A sample document from my old age project, a sample BRD looks like this for those who are not aware. So this is, for example, it's a mortgage company from certain part of the world. So you see, so there is a set of chunk of requirements that needs to be completed. So they document all these things. So once we get this BRD, these are pure business people. So they know the functionality. They don't know how to construct the software. Yeah, it is like you want to construct, you want to build a house, but you are not going to build. You will go to the builder with the architecture and your needs so that the builder can build a house for you. Similarly, here these business people, what they will be doing, they will be approaching this IT department, information technology department, and these guys, they have the skills to translate these requirements into a working software for customers. Excuse me for those. Request everyone to please keep on mute. Thank you. So this is the customer. Okay. So this BRD, this business people, they will be approaching the IT department. And what happens here? So typically, the major phases that happens here is, first, these IT people, they are technically skilled people. Initially, they will do the So just a cross check. I'm getting one or two messages saying that my voice. Am I audible? Can anyone confirm, please?
Yes. Yep.
Clear?
Yes, Lakshmi.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, you're very clear.
Thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. Chaitanya, please check at your end. Maybe, if possible, try to relog in. Right. So whenever we have a requirement, so this goes in the various stages. This go for the analysis first. So here, a group of analyst people, what they will be doing, they will be doing the analysis of, okay, what is the work together as a team we need to do? And then followed by the design. Here, we will be having that, okay, so in order to complete this work, what is the solution that we need to follow? And then after that, it goes for the development phase. Once a solution is identified, it goes for, okay, we know how to build and we will be having the workers here. So these are the skilled people with the Java, .NET, some programming languages. They will be doing the actual build of the software. They will do the actual construction. And once they build, we need somebody to validate whether these guys have built it in a right way or do they have any gaps. Yeah. So that's where we will be having a group of people called testers or testing department. So these people, they are skilled with testing capability. Whatever the requirement these guys have built, they will validate whether they have built it in a right way or not. So these people, they will be working in silos, and that is how your work will be flowing. That is also called as workflow. How your work is flowing from the beginning till end in a phase-wise approach. So I will be telling my experience. So we got this particular project. Okay, so project ABC. And in order to complete all these requirements, earlier it used to take us close to 2 years. Trust me, I'm not exaggerating. It was taking 2 years of time. Okay, so this is 2 years. 2 years of time. I want to introduce a small terminology for your information. The amount of time it is taking from the beginning of the work till it reaches to the hands of the customer, that is called as time to market. TTM, time to market. How much of time it is taking from the start of the work and till it reaches to the customer. That's called the time to market. Here, the time to market is 2 years. Perfect. All these years, 1980s, 90s, 2000, I was executing this particular project in 2005. It was really working fine. Yeah. So this was really, sorry, I'm getting David, can you please try to relog in? Whoever is not able to listen, can you please check your audio device at your end, and please try to relog on, because most of the people, they are able to hear. Good. So earlier in 2000, 2005, the projects are working fine. So what is the problem? Why this ways of working is not working now? What do we call this ways of working? This is called as waterfall ways of working. Waterfall ways of working, or nowadays we are calling it as old ways of working. It became old now. Old ways of working. Yeah. So this was taking 2 years. Now let us identify what are the disadvantages with this model, with this ways of working. One of the major disadvantage, personally, I see is a huge risk. Huge risk. We are embracing for a larger risk. What is the risk here? Everything is structured, everything is streamlined. What is the risk? The risk of delivering value in right time is the risk. Yeah. So earlier it was working fine, but nowadays, let us assume that you are in 2021. Yeah. And you want to deliver a valuable functionality to the customer in 2024. So you got all the set of requirements. By the time you complete the requirements, so it has taken 4 years of time. Yeah, it has taken altogether 4 years of time. What is the risk here? Nowadays, the needs of the customer are drastically changing. It is becoming hard to understand what is the needs of the customer over a period of time. Immediate needs, yes, I can understand. But the needs of the customer over a period of time, oops, really, sorry, we can't. The market conditions are changing drastically. The competition is changing drastically. So it is becoming hard to predict the needs. Yeah. And whatever we are assuming that it is going to work for the customer in 2024, they may or may not be able to satisfy the needs of the customer in 2024. Straight away point is clear. Okay, may or may not. That's the reason you are embracing for a huge risk. The time to market is more. I am not able to engage my customer for next 4 years. Do you think that it is possible nowadays? Like if you are not able to, if you can't engage the customer for 4 years, some other competitor will engage the customer early and all your customers will go. And by the time you deliver the value here, there won't be any customers to consume the value. So your time to market is more, there is a lot of risk, you are failing to understand the needs of the customer over a period of time. So all these are started causing failures. So you might have heard that, oh, our waterfall projects are failing. We are not able to deliver the value to the customer on time. So these are the reasons behind. Good. So to come out of this one, how our ways of working, we need to change our ways of working. We know that with this ways of working, we are not going to deliver value to the customer on time. So this situation needs to be improvised. We need to have a more flexible system where we can deliver value to the customer early, and then we can take the feedback and then deliver value continuously. That's where way back in 2001, we have the Agile Manifesto created. I'm not going to spend too much of time considering the timeline. So we have the Agile Manifesto. So we have a group of 17 people. They created this Agile Manifesto. It's nothing but it's a guidance to the community, software community. Hey guys, if you follow these guidance, you will be able to deliver value to the customer. You will be able to build the successful projects. So we have 4 values and supported by 12 principles. So based on these values and principles, we have all these agile methodologies, frameworks evolved over a period of time. Even before talking about agile, let me help you to understand the same project, how we are going to execute in the new ways of working. Yeah. So I'm just taking it out of the picture. If you want to take any screenshots, you can take it. But for your information, the recording will be available for all of you. So what we understood, so we have the stakeholders here, and in this waterfall ways of working, it is taking 2 years. Let us say I want to build a digital bank. Yeah. And this digital bank, it is taking 2 years. I'm taking banking example so that you guys can easily understand banking operations are same across the world. So in order to engage the customer, if the customer wants to use my first banking service, customer has to wait for 2 years. And we know that whatever in 2021 we started this work, in 2024 we are delivering our digital bank online. So by the time we deliver all the work, maybe 30 or 40% of the work, they may not be satisfying the needs. Let us say you are building some credit card, and in 2024 you have some face recognition card. Who knows? So you assume that credit card will be helpful, but whatever the amount of effort, money you have kept, all of them, they have gone in vain. Yes. So in order to mitigate from this situation, it is important. First main thing is we want to minimize this risk. We want to minimize the risk. How we are going to minimize the risk? So we are going to try to, we have to, which one is the main culprit here? The time factor. So we are going to break down the time. In order to mitigate the risk, we will be delivering value in shorter cycles. Because the longer duration is increasing the risk, we are going to deliver the value in shorter cycles. So we will deliver small portion of value here, and the customer is able to enjoy the services. We will deliver additional value, and we are going to deliver to the customer. When we are talking about a delivery, we are delivering value to the customer continuously. Small portion of value, value 4, value 5. So the same set of banking requirements, how I'm going to do, let's say these are the set of requirements. For example, I have accounts functionality, I have loans functionality, I have maybe payments functionality. So instead of trying to deliver all the chunk of work over a period of time in one go, I will try to prioritize which one is most valuable chunk of work that I need to deliver to the customer. Most valuable work, maybe let us say 80% of my customers are looking for accounts. Okay, I will prioritize accounts and I will deliver accounts functionality to the customer. So because I'm delivering only small chunk of work, it is going to take only hardly 1 month or 2 months of time. Let us say 1 month. And in the next 1 month of time, I'm going to deliver loans. So the customer is able to start using the loan. The customers, they are able to avail car loans, home loans, and then maybe enable my product with payments. Incrementally, I am delivering value to the customer. Incrementally, I am delivering value to the customer. So what are the advantages with this model? Couple of advantage. Main advantage I see is time to market. Yeah. So I am able to deliver value. For example, here accounts functionality, it is taking 2 years of time. Whereas accounts functionality here, it is taking only 1 month. So in 1 month of time, my customers, they are able to operate savings account and business accounts. Engaging the customer at early stages. Time to market is very, very less. Not only that one, as a owner as a CEO of this particular bank, I am able to make my return on investment right from the first month itself. Because customer is consuming my services, I am able to make the return on my investment. Okay, that's another advantage. You can see further advantage like the risk is really, really minimized. If something is really failing, I'm going to fail only for this limited period of time. Here I am risking entire budget. Here I am risking small portion of the budget. If I deliver some small version, customer is not happy, I will understand, okay, what are the reasons that made customers dull? Yeah, customer is what are the reasons the customer is not happy? I factor in that feedback and I deliver a better version in the next sprint. Yeah, these shorter cycles in Scrum, we are going to call it as sprints. So continuously, we try to deliver the value, gather the feedback, deliver the value, gather the feedback continuously. If you see about, if you experience, you are already experiencing a lot of agility across you, around you, surrounded by you. Like if you take a smartphone, if you take that your Samsung phone or Apple phone, they are continuously delivering Samsung S8, S9, S12, continuously delivering better and better, understanding the needs of the customer, delivering the value. And with this, if the value is not working, so I will be able to adjust my content here. That is called the flexibility. How flexible you are in responding to the needs of the customer is very, very essential in nowadays. If you want to be successful, you have to be flexible. That flexibility is nothing but your agility. In English, simple English, agility is nothing but your flexibility. How flexible we are in satisfying the needs of the customer. Simple. Yeah. So that's basic introduction about how we used to work in the waterfall ways of working, and in the new ways of working, how we are going to work. In some parts of the world, this is called as old ways of working, and here you can call it as new ways of working, and wow, our agile ways of working. We'll talk more and more. Good. So in 2001, so these guys, they have built up this agile manifesto with a lot of values and principles. So over a period of time, we have a lot of methodologies and frameworks evolved. Let me just show you one quick survey. I was just looking for, okay, annual state of agile report. I can share you this report if you want. We will just try to just stop it. Yeah. Okay. So maybe just let me help you in understanding quickly what are the advantages with this our new ways of working. One of the advantage, ability to manage changing priorities. Let us say if the priority of the customer got changed. So initially in this particular iteration, we plan to deliver payments. But let us assume that some COVID situation or things came and the needs of the customer got changed. So if the needs of the customer got changed, it is able to add the new priority and adjust that priority accordingly. Very, very easy. Okay, flexibility. And you can see project visibility is more. So earlier, I used to get the requirements in the form of this Excel sheet. As a project manager, I used to keep it here. So visibility is only for me. But nowadays, with the new ways of working, so the all the requirements will be kept in a backlog. So something like this one. It is a Jira tool. Slowly, I will just introduce you. But this is how a set of requirements will be looking like. Anybody in the organization, they will be able to access how the requirements will be looking like. Yeah. So project visibility, business and IT alignment, time to market is drastically reduced. Here we were taking that in the old ways of working, the time to market is 2 years, whereas here it is 1 month. So time to market is drastically reduced. And predictability, a lot of advantages are there with this agile ways of working. And under this agile, following these values and principles, we have various methodologies, frameworks evolved over a period of time. And one of the familiar framework that is there, or that is widely successful across the world, is the Scrum. You can see here, Scrum. Scrum is occupying major market share. Just a second. Yeah. So here, if you see, Scrum is occupying major market share. And then we have Kanban, another methodology. We have Spotify model. Yeah, and we have a mixed blend of Scrum plus Kanban called Scrumban, some portion of the people. So this is the market share of various methodologies and frameworks. Since Scrum is occupying the major market share, more than 50% of the teams across the world, they are using Scrum as their preferred framework to manage their agile projects. So let us understand more about Scrum. What is this Scrum? Yeah, good. Scrum is a framework which will help you to deliver the value in an incremental fashion. Understanding the needs of the customer, you will be deliver the value in an incremental fashion. Okay, so in the Scrum, you have three roles basically. First role is product owner. When we are talking about a product owner, he owns the product. What is a product? Anything that provides a services. I see it as a product. Your Amazon is a product. With the help of Amazon, you will be able to buy the items. You will be able to sell the items. Your Netflix is a product, or your grocery stores is a product. It is a product because with the help of this product, I'm able to buy my fruits and vegetables. I'm able to buy my drinks. It's a product. Your WhatsApp is a product. With the help of WhatsApp, we are able to make voice over internet calls. Your phone is a product. My coaching services is a product. You are consuming my services. You are my customers, right? So whoever is managing the product, so we need a person to manage that product. So that guy, so the Scrum creators, they have named this person as product owner. What the product owner will be doing? The product owner will be meeting the stakeholders, and then product owner represents the needs of the stakeholder community in the form of valuable chunks. It's not going to be a checklist of item which you have seen. Here, if you see, it is not a valuable requirements. They are the list of tasks that needs to be completed. Whereas in the agile, we are going to represent the requirements in the form of a valuable functionalities because we want to deliver value to the customer. So this product owner represents the valuable functionalities and all the requirements will be logged in a product backlog. So the product owner, so this is the product backlog. So all the requirements will be logged in the product backlog. Say for example, this is accounts and this is loans, this is payments. We want to deliver accounts. We want to deliver loans. And maybe accounts can be split into savings account, business account, it's a car loan, personal loan, yeah, maybe credit card payment, PayPal payment, so on and so forth. So the product owner represents the needs of the customers to the development team. We have in Scrum, we have development team who has the skills to complete the requirement into a valuable software. Let's say this is the customer. And we have another role called Scrum Master. This guy is the Scrum Master. And these people, they are developers. Why I have given different color code? In the Scrum, especially, our developers will be having all the skills they need to translate these requirements into a valuable chunks for our customers. They have the skills, they have the capability to translate these requirements into a working software for our customers. These are the developers. We have the Scrum Master, we have the product owner. So the product owner gathers the requirements from the business and do the market research, understand the needs of the customer, all those things. Accordingly, the product owner will be documenting the requirements in the form of, we call them as epics. Okay, they call it as an epics and user stories. User stories are nothing but a story written from the user perspective, which will be delivering a value. Okay. So the product owner represents the requirements in the form of valuable chunks and give these requirements based on the priority. Product owner identify which one is really priority one. Accordingly, the developers will take up the work and then complete the work and then give it to the customer. So we have three roles: product owner, developers. Third role is the Scrum Master. What is the Scrum Master will be doing? Let's understand a little bit more, because that's a major part of today's intention. Yeah, what the Scrum Master will be doing? The Scrum Master will ensure that the Scrum framework is adapted properly. In the Scrum framework, we have certain values, roles, and rules that we all need to understand. So in the Scrum, we have the planning meeting, Scrum meeting, review, retrospection, and then we have certain things that we all need to understand. So as a Scrum Master, you will ensure that the Scrum framework is being adapted properly. Okay, and let's say in the Scrum, yeah, we deliver the value. Sorry, please, no questions in the middle. Please park your questions towards the end of the class. I will be happy to take. So in the Scrum, we will deliver the value in an incremental fashion. Yeah. So how we are going to deliver value? We will be delivering the value in a shorter cycles. They are called as sprints. Okay. So they are called as a sprints. So let is the sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3. And for each and every sprint, you will be having events that needs to be managed. Here, the first one is the planning meeting. We need to plan the sprint, and we will be having another event called daily stand-up, and we will be having the review meeting, and we will be having the retrospection meeting. And this will continue again: planning meeting, review, retrospection, planning, review, retrospection. So it just continues. For how long? Indefinitely. Indefinitely. Why I have to deliver value to the customer indefinitely? The needs of the customer continuously changes. You must deliver value to the customer continuously if you want to survive in the market. It is a competitive market. If you stop delivering the value, somebody else will deliver the value, and then you are going to lose your customers. Let us assume, just for example's sake, I'm not here to criticize anyone. So let us assume that the Samsung has stopped with S22. Let us assume Samsung has built the highest quality high-end model, and then they said that, oh, this is the best phone ever. And then they stopped with S22. And then after 6 months, things will change. Market conditions will change. So if Samsung is not producing, Apple or some other competitor will produce. So all the customers from Samsung will migrate to other competitors. So it is very much to withstand this competition, it is very much essential for us to deliver the value continuously. That is the reason your product backlog is a living document. Understanding the needs of the customer, understanding the changes in the market, understanding the competition, the product owner needs to continuously feed this product backlog with the needs and deliver the value accordingly. Because we are delivering the value in shorter cycles, this is going to improve the predictability, what customers are looking for. Are we delivering the right value to the customers? That's how Scrum is resolving all the old problems that we have discussed in the old ways of working. Okay, so as a Scrum Master, you will be ensuring that all these events are happening on time. As a Scrum Master, you also will facilitate. Maybe just to give you a small basic example, right? Let's say I'm taking the example of a car. So for the car, you need all the four wheels, and you need the steering, and you need the brake, you need the pedal, yeah, and all of them, they need to work in sync, and they have to perform smoothly. Then only the car will be going smoothly. So you can assume you're like you yourself as a Scrum Master, you can assume like a driver of this car. So if you want to drive your car smoothly, you will ensure that the tires are in conditions, the steering is in condition, and accelerator pedal. So similarly, you can think like each and every element of the Scrum framework is working. Is it happening on time or not? If it is not happening, so you will fail to deliver value. So one of the prime responsibility of the Scrum Master is to ensure that the Scrum framework is being adopted properly. Another responsibility is to ensure that the product owner is doing his or her jobs properly. Especially let us say the product owner has to manage the product backlog. The rule is that highest valuable item needs to be kept on the top. Low value items needs to be kept at the bottom. And as a Scrum Master, you have seen the low value item. Let me show you with a small example. So let us say this is the COVID loan. This should be the highest valuable item. Yeah, and but the product owner has kept it at the bottom of the backlog. In real time, this is how your backlog is going to look like, friends. And you know this is the highest priority, but the product owner has kept it at the bottom. So as a Scrum Master, you need to coach the product owner that the importance of having the valuable items at the top of the backlog. Let us say the product owner is not able to explain the vision of the product. Okay, so where exactly he or she wants to see the product over a period of time. What is the roadmap? As a Scrum Master, you are going to coach the product owner in understanding the vision, the roadmap. Normally nowadays we are building the vision and the roadmap here on the another tool called Confluence, okay, which is used for the documentation collaboration. You can see here roadmap, and it's a visual indicator, right? Roadmap, and we have the quarterly roadmaps and agreed with the all the stakeholders, right? So those things. So you will be coaching the product owner, you will be helping the development team, and you will be helping the organization in multiple ways. Okay. Let me park the session there, and then what I will do is I will slowly start again from the scratch, like how exactly a project in the new ways of working will be constructed with the help of the tools. Okay, the first and foremost thing that a product company, yeah, they want to do is to establish a product vision. A product vision. So vision is something that is going to happen in a future state. Yeah, maybe in 2025. We are here. I'm the product owner, and I'm going to build my product, and I'm in 2021. Where exactly I want to see my product in 2025, that is called as vision. In order to meet the vision, I need to have a roadmap, a path. Let's say, for example, you want to become a Scrum Master. So this is like me, and you want to become a Scrum Master, and this is your vision. In next, what is the time? The time period you have is, for example, maybe 4 months. In 4 months, you want to see yourself in the role of Scrum Master. So you need to have a roadmap, a plan, a strategy. I want to do some courses. Maybe I want to do some certifications. I want to do some practicals. I want to attend for the interviews and then land into the job. Similarly, even the product owner needs to have a vision followed by a roadmap, how we are going to achieve that vision. So organizational, the product owner along with the stakeholders, they will be building the roadmap. This is the roadmap. And roadmap will be having some objectives that needs to be met over a period of time. Is your product roadmap fixed? No, it is not a static one though. Why? Because the customer needs will change and your roadmaps needs to be flexible to absorb those changes. Roadmap is not fixed. It needs to be adjusted. So in real time, so the product owner and stakeholders, they are preparing the roadmap, something like this one. This is a Confluence tool. So there is a company in Australia called Australian-based company called Atlassian. It's a product-based company. Now you know what, when I say product, you know the meaning, right? So this is a product-based company and you have a lot of products. Jira software is used for this project collaboration. Confluence is for the document collaboration. So when the organizations, they want to document this roadmap, so you can use the Confluence tool. So this is how a roadmap will look like in the Confluence. And we have, so over a period of time, for this example I'm taking, so you see in this particular quarter, you want to deliver accounts, loans. So this one can be, let us say Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. In Q1, we want to deliver accounts. In Q2, we want to deliver loans. In Q3, we want to deliver payments. That's our strategic plan. We want to enable our customers with these functionalities over a period of time. So after building this roadmap, and the product owner and the stakeholders will be having good amount of alignment on these objectives that needs to be met. So once we are clear with the objectives, the product owners, they can go into, they need to mark these objectives, right? So we are going to mark these objectives in the form of releases. We have to release this valuable software to the customer. We want to enable our customers with this one, right? So this is another tool from the Atlassian called Jira tool. For your information, Jira is the #1 software tool used by the agile teams across the world. I'm very good at Jira, friends. I'm hardcore fan of Jira. I have been using it extensively for last 6 years for major organizations. It is the #1 software tool. No wonder nowadays you see that the the experience of Jira is becoming a must for the Scrum Master. Right? So the product owner will be going to the releases because we want to identify the release slices. So the product owner will be creating the releases like this in the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And most of the organization, they will be having that enterprise release calendar as well. So based on the release calendar, we will be identifying the release slices. Yeah. And then, so the backlog is going to look like, I will just show you a small example. Let us say as a product owner, I want to create maybe these accounts. So I'm going to create. So I'm going to create it. Accounts is a large functionality. Yes. Let's say it's premium accounts because I already have the accounts. And then I'm just giving that summary, create. So when the epic is created, when the large functionality is created, so you can see it here under P accounts. Look at this one. And then so what the customer has, what the product owner has done, product owner has created the epic. Now the product owner will be breaking down that epic into small requirements called user stories, small valuable chunks. So this accounts is going to be breaking down into the savings account and business accounts. So just in the interest of time, I'm going to show just look. So let's say, for example, this is the savings account, right? So the product owner will create this one and link them to the accounts. And the product owner also know that this will go in Q3, in Q1. So go to the versions. So you will just go and then link them to the respective version. So this is how a product owner needs to manage a meaningful backlog. The backlog, this is a product backlog. It is the baby of the product owner. The product owner owns this product backlog and manages the product backlog. And maybe in the later point of time in another free webinar session, I will help you to understand what are the different techniques the product owner uses for the prioritization. Okay, and then once the backlog is there, once you have the refinement done, and we are going to tell now the next step that happens is we need to deliver the value in shorter cycles, right? So in order to deliver the value, first thing is we need to do the planning. Let us say this is the shorter duration, this is one sprint. Yeah, so by end of the sprint we want to deliver a value. In order to deliver this value, we need to plan how many stories we are going to complete and how we are going to complete. So here the product owner and the developers, scrum master, they will collaborate and then they will drive. So the scrum master will facilitate this session and they will facilitate this, or they will make this sprint planning happen. And in the sprint planning session, the product owner identifies what is the topmost valuable stories that needs to be completed. Let's say then the developers, in agreement with the product owner, they will take the stories from the product backlog and keep it into the sprint. Keep it into the sprint backlog. Yes, like this. And then they are going to start the sprint, meaning that your sprint got activated. And when the sprint is active, you can see like this. And then in the second part of the sprint planning meeting, the developers, they will identify a plan of how we are going to complete this story. So they will break down the story into tasks, and then you can also assign these tasks to different people. Yes. So with that, your sprint planning will be completed. So basically, you will be having a sprint goal. Together as a team, what is that we are trying to achieve by end of the sprint? We are going to maybe build the accounts functionality, let us assume. Yeah. So it is very much important for the developers to understand how well we are progressing towards the goal. Yes, that is important. So on a daily basis, the developers do a daily scrum and then understand who is doing what. Do we have any challenges? Let's say for this, for example, so the developers on a daily, they will be able to progress with the issues. In case, let us say this tester has some blocker. Tester is waiting for some information from some product owner or some business. So you can add a flag waiting for information. So look, so this is a red flag. As a scrum master, it is your job to remove the impediment for the team. So maybe you will facilitate that information, and once the information is ready, it is no longer a red flag. And they will be able to complete the doing the development followed by the testing. And when all the tasks are completed, your story is completed. Yes, like that, the developers, they will complete the requirements that they have taken in the sprint. And on the last day of the sprint, you are going to complete the work, complete the iteration. Done. So on the last day, let us say the duration of this particular sprint is 2 weeks. On the last day of the 2 weeks, you need to complete the sprint. So the sprint is no longer active. So again, the cycle repeats. You are going to do the sprint planning again in the following the previous sprint. So this is, let us say if it is S1, so your S sprint 2 will start immediately after sprint 1. Again, the cycle continues. That's how always the product owner manages the product backlog, keep the most valuable items on the top of the backlog, low valuable items at the bottom of the backlog, and the team will pull in agreement with the product owner, complete the sprint. So continuously they deliver the value like this. Nowadays, especially in this COVID era, after the COVID, post-COVID situation, the teams are working from home. Everybody is distributed. That is the reason the dependency on the tools became too much. All the companies are looking for some virtual collaborative platforms. How to manage these agile activities, and Jira became too familiar, and most of the organizations they are asking the expertise on the usage of Jira and Confluence tool. So it is very much, if you are applying for the Scrum Master job, it is very much essential. So first and foremost thing, of course, yeah, you need to be very solid, you need to have a solid understanding about the Scrum framework. And the second one is you need to have good amount of understanding of how to use this tool efficiently. So I have shown you how can we manage one cycle. Let me also show you, because everybody is using Jira as the source of truth, it became a good repository. So as a Scrum Master, it is important for you to understand how to fetch the information from Jira. So whenever you want to fetch the information from Jira, there is a search. You can just enter there, and you can just, I will just keep it simple. So let us say if you want to get all the epics, you can just choose the project, and you can choose only the epic type. So you got all the epics. Let's say somebody came and then tell you, hey, can you tell me all the completed stories, all the stories that are done? You're going to say the status is done. You're going to get all the done issues. Somebody says, hey, I want the stories that are in progress. How many are in progress? Yeah, like that. Or you can just go and then do some advanced search also. In Jira, you can do for advanced search using the JQL. Considering the time, I'm not going to explain JQL. Maybe I'll take another session. Yeah. And you can also create filters, some automated things are there, and with the help of filters you can also create dashboards, bringing transparency. As a Scrum Master, please do bring the transparency. Transparency is one of the key pillars of the Scrum. So whether it could be the management of the product backlog, or the team boards, or maybe a visual dashboards like this. Okay, so you can see you can see from these dashboards, right? This is an automated dashboard. So you can see the list of people, how many are in progress, done. You don't know anything, but if you go and then see, I want to see how many Michael is working, how many issues the Michael has completed. I just go to Michael and click on 4. So I will get all the issues that Michael has completed. Yes, that's called as a two-dimensional widget, gadget. And how many tasks, stories, subtasks are there. And yeah, you can customize according to the need. Yeah. So you can please make use of the Jira to have all these things. And in Jira, you can also create some support projects also. Okay. And coming to the Confluence usage, yeah. So with the help of the Confluence tool, you will be able to, as I said, you will be able to demonstrate your roadmap. And as a Scrum Master, as I said, you will be conducting your retrospections, all the events. So you have to document your retrospections so that they are tracked. Okay, so look at this one, what went well, what did not went well, your action items. So it is very much essential for you as a Scrum Master to ensure that the action items are tracked and you are bringing these action items to closure. Your retrospection is going to act as a fundamental unit for the improvement. Here it is an improvement. So your agile journey is a continuous improvement journey. It's not a overnight journey, irrespective of how experienced you are. It's a continuous improvement journey. It is all about experimentation and evaluation. So there is no single formula which really best fits for entire teams across the world. Nothing. There is no such formula as such. So you have to see what is working. If it is working, please continue. If it is not working, please just stop it and then experiment with another strategy, right? So that is important. And then you need to document all your retrospection actions, and then understand about the health of the team. How happy is your team? Understand the mood of the team, whether they're really happy or not. Yeah. And then if they are not happy, try to find out the reason. As a scrum master, what can I do for you guys? I noticed that on the 15th of June, all of you are upset. What made you upset? Or maybe one of the person is logging continuously sad. Hey, have a one-on-one coaching, one-on-one feedback session with her, and then see what can I do for you. Maybe she might be saying that, look, I have a solution, but the the team members, they are not considering my solution. Bring this one to the retrospection. Involve the team. Improve this one. And another important thing is measuring the agile maturity of the team. So that is also very, very important. Nowadays, the organizations are asking, as a Scrum Master, you need to do the agile maturity of the team. So it is very much important to measure the agile maturity of the teams. And as a Scrum Master, you will measure this current quarter 1 agile maturity. You will identify the action items. You will improvise the situation. Again, you will do the another maturity in Q2. So you are going to showcase as a Scrum Master, what are the actions that you have taken, what are the improvements that you have brought to the teams and the organizations. Very, very important. Very, very important. You are a coach, you are a catalyst, you are a mirror that's going to act for the team. You are going to say that, hey guys, this is how you are working now. You are continuously going to motivate the team to do the things better, and you do all the required activities so that your teams do the better. You are going to take all the actions so that the teams, they don't wait for anything. You get the things for the team. For example, in the real time, maybe you want to help the team with the test data, or you want to get the environments ready for the team, or you want to help the team with the proper refined stories, or maybe there is some third party dependency. All these tasks you are going to do as a scrum master, so that your team, they can focus on the things and then they have the information readily available. You are going to maximize the productivity, you are going to maximize the interactions, you are going to maximize the outcomes. Basically, as a product owner, you are a process master. Sorry, as a scrum master, we will focus on the process, and the product owner will focus on what part? Content. So the scrum master needs to have all these things keep going on. Yeah. So you can have the requirements, all the things you can do. Let's go. So we got some high level of understanding of what is the scrum master, what are the roles of the scrum, what is the core activities of the scrum master in this agile situation. Yeah. Good. So another thing maybe I want to bring to your attention is, yeah, so do we have any demand for the scrum master? I also don't know, but let's see. We always need to see the validate data. No, we have plenty of people across the world, maybe they want to sell with their own. I don't want to comment on anybody's business, but don't trust anyone, just trust on the data. Always take decisions based on the data. That is very, very important and crucial. And LinkedIn is maybe a good source of truth. Just go to the LinkedIn and go to the job section, and let's say you can just type here Scrum Master and then click on United States. Yeah, if you are from USA. And let's focus on just only past 24 hours. So 24 hours. And then you can see how many Scrum Masters are getting posted. For last ago, Scrum Master, Poly. And then you can see what is the ask. Servant leadership. Yeah. So work with the product owner. It's more of a process. You're not going to do most of the time any technical job there. I know some of the companies, they are asking for technical Scrum Master. In case if you're not from technical background, you don't need to really worry. You can just safely ignore that one. That's completely okay. Okay. So you can just see, look, ride together, you are going to lead, all things. Just go and then see all this. Okay, all nowadays all the jobs are remote. So optimize the flow of the work. Look how we optimize the productivity, promote the transparency. That's what I said, that any changes and this continuous learning and improvement, remove the impediments for the team. So foster the mission product owner development teams. So the information radiator. So how you are going to radiate the information. This is what I was talking about. Okay, trainer, missionary, listening and communication skills, experience using the agile tools. Yeah, just go and validate, and then go for the correct training. In case if you are interested, you can just go for this one. So here, preferred is Scrum Master certification. I don't know, just I'm picking up randomly. Experience using agile tools such as Jira. Yeah, not only United States. You just type any country. Maybe if you have joined from India. Yeah, this session is recorded. I can share you the recording. Yeah, and these are all the things. Plenty of jobs. Good. So go ahead, explore the career opportunities, and there is a good bright future for the Scrum Master. And getting the right skill is really important. In case if you guys are looking for a practical training, yeah, in case if you are looking for a practical training, I also offer practical Scrum Master training, and I do this monthly once. And a lot of my old students, they got the jobs across the world, and I do with my 20 years of experience. So my sessions are for 14 days, and it covers completely in detail, in depth, uh, all the Scrum details, the practically how do you conduct the workshops, how do you do the estimations, product backlog, complete with practicals, Jira, Confluence, everything. And I can also help you with career guidance. And I also have my own platform called Lakshmi's Agile in Practice. In case if you want to join, you can join. There is no blocker. It's most welcome for you. And I continuously provide guidance here. Yeah, it's just I like making people succeed. That's what my happiness is all about. We have 400 people here, and they continuously ask questions here, right? And these guys, they got the jobs. Plenty of people there will getting jobs, and then they will be announcing. Most of them, they are my students. Yeah, right. So you can join all. So if you want to connect with me, so you can note down this phone number. Yeah, and this is my email address. Now I'm going to open the floor for questions. This what I will try to address as many as possible for next 30 minutes. So one by one, you can ask me questions, please.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
My name is Olubumi Taiwo.
Hey.
I'm sorry, as a Scrum Master, I'm intending to be a Scrum Master.
Yeah.
But someone said to me something about metrics, like a
Skill
sprint
metrics. Skill
sprint
metrics.
report.
Oh,
Yes, please. Can you show us that bit, please?
Yeah. Okay. Good. So as a Scrum Master, it is important for you because you have to share the reports to the stakeholders and to the teams. There are various reports that you can showcase, especially for the Scrum. You have reports called sprint report, burn down chart, velocity chart. So in the Jira, you don't need to prepare any reports as such because they are available in Jira. When you go to the projects, let us say as a Scrum Master, you want to understand how this team is doing. You go to the reports. I will cover just basic important reports, okay, because you have asked the question. You want to see the sprint report. Yeah, my Telegram is free. There is no cost, nothing. So I'm not going to charge anyone anything. My Telegram is free. I will share you the link. You can join, no problem. So here, if you want to see the sprint report, you can just go and then see the status of the sprint. And if you want to see the previous sprint reports, for example, you want to see how this team has done work in sprint 2, you can go and then see the status report. Another important one is the total number of story points completed by the team in a sprint is called velocity. How much of value the team is delivering in a sprint. So in this particular sprint, the team has completed 18 story points. Yeah. And maybe in this particular sprint 4, the team has completed again 18. So if you want to see the velocity chart, velocity is one of the metric. Yeah? So it will show the commitment levels and completed levels. So sprint 1, how many team completed? Sprint 2, sprint 3. That is one thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And another metric that you can show is the burn down chart. Very, very important. How the team is progressing with the work. Last, I think few months back, I have given a detailed session on the burn down chart. Only I can, trust me, I can speak on any topic for more than 2-3 hours. Just a simple topic as well. For exclusively only on the burn down chart, I have given a 1.5 hour session last, I think, last year, late last year, I believe. But there is a session on the burn down chart, or there is a session on product vision and product roadmap. So please go and then watch my LinkedIn profile. So you will have a lot of free webinars that I conducted earlier. But I will share you my burn down chart reports as well. So that thing you can do. Or if you want to manage in an Excel sheet, I will show you how it will look like. Sprint report. You can manage an Excel sheet like this in case if you're not having Jira tool. So you can have your sprint number, how many committed stories, how many unplanned stories. Unplanned stories are stories that are landing into the sprint after the start of the sprint. What is their commitment levels? What is their planning effectiveness? And then you have some velocities like this. So this will improvise the predictability, how much my team is delivering on an average. That is the predictability. These are the metrics that you need to showcase to the stakeholders. Okay, madam, clear?
Yes. Okay. Clear. Thank you.
Yeah. But in case if you want a little bit more additional details, because I need to give opportunity for others also to ask questions, please do not hesitate
Yes.
to reach me. So you have my phone number. Yeah.
Okay. I will copy your phone number on this board
Yeah,
now. Thank you.
you can reach me. Yeah. And then for this quick assistance, so don't worry, I'm not going to charge any of you, so that I can assist you for free. Okay. So this is
Thank
my
you. Thank
this is
you.
my phone number, and you can WhatsApp me. And yeah, good. Any other
Yes,
question?
sir. Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, this is Presh.
Yeah.
Presh.
Hey, Presh. Good.
Good day. Good day.
Good.
Sir, and thanks for the class again. Thanks for the reminder. Would you send the video of this lesson, because I didn't start from the beginning.
Oh, right. Yeah, no problem. I will upload this session in the LinkedIn directly, so it is accessible for everyone.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I will
Thank you.
share you the link. Yeah. No problem. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Look, today's session is just more about Presh. It's not like a great thing that you have missed. It's more about an introduction, making the people aware of the importance of switching the careers towards agile. In case if you are still stuck with the waterfall methodologies, so it's very, very high time, because things are changing at a drastic pace. So you have to switch your career, and we have seen how much of demand is there across the world for the Scrum Masters, and what are the skills that we need to get for the Scrum Masters. So get those skills, land yourself into the good jobs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good. No problem. Questions? I like a lot of questions.
Hi, Lakshmi.
Hey.
Hi, Lakshmi. This is Raghu. I'm basically from India. I have one quick question. I just want to understand if we can utilize the roadmaps on the Jira board.
Yes, you can utilize the roadmap on the Jira board, but the roadmaps on the Jira board is more about the epics and the stories. Let me show you how it looks like. So here in the Jira also, we have the roadmap. So 2 months back, they have introduced this. And this is how your Jira roadmap looks like. So what is that? High level functionality is epic. Under this epic, what is the progress of my stories? How many are done? So for the status, you can just make use of this roadmap, that actual functionality. But whereas the roadmap that I was showing in the Confluence is more of a to build a strategy. It is a visual indicator. So these roadmaps, right? And it is more for the documentation purpose. And this needs to be agreed. For example, for this roadmap, there is a due to look how the product owner is communicating due to changes in the market. So organization has decided to offer, and hence there is a changes in the roadmap. Accordingly, the changes needs to be reflected in this tool also. The product backlog needs to be in sync with the market, in sync with the needs of the customers. And as a Scrum Master, you must encourage the product owner in doing so. Clear?
Yeah.
Good.
I think that should answer. Thank you very much.
No problem, brother. Questions?
Hello, this is Caroline.
Hi, Caroline.
Hello, well done. Thank you very much for this session.
No problem. Thank you. Any
Yes,
questions?
so I would like to know,
Yeah.
my question is, do you take the product owners training as well? Is it just the Scrum Master?
My training will help
Yes.
you in completing both product owner and Scrum Master certifications easily. And yes, my training is more than enough to perform both the Scrum Master and product owner jobs. That's how I have tailored
Okay.
made. It's very, very intensive. It is the training, for example, if you want to take this next training, it is starting from 26th of July. My training is for 14 sessions, every day 1.5 hours, and it goes, each and every session will be recorded for each and every student. I also create the Jira and Confluence instances. For example, if you see and if you see view all projects in the month of June, so these are all the list of people that I have created. Yeah. And I show them how to do this one, and my teams also, they will be practicing on their own, because we need to do the practice. It's understanding the concepts is important, but how we are going to implement in the real time is also very much essential. That builds your confidence levels in the interview, and you will be able to perform your job more efficiently. That's important. Yes, to precisely
Thank you
answer
very
your
much.
question, both Scrum Master and Product Owner. And if you see my structure here, so the first one, Product Owner role, responsibilities, and you can see the building the roadmap in Confluence, understanding the concept of features, epics, how the Product Owner write the features, epics, user stories, acceptance criteria. Yeah, all. Let us say I will show you a small slide how it looks like. If I take a user stories, how the product owner writes the requirements. If you are a BA, so you can correlate here really well. So we will understand what are the problems with the traditional ways of working, with the traditional ways of requirements. Yeah, and then we will be lacking the context of the bigger picture, and the user stories are there to rescue. We will be delivering. We have to represent the values in a vertical requirements, and we will identify what is a user story, how to write the user story, and what are some sample examples, what is the invest criteria, and how to, and each and everything in detail with a real-time scenario I explain. And the 3C criteria, we have the acceptance criteria, and again in the acceptance criteria we have checklist based acceptance criteria, and you have scenario based acceptance criteria. Scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3, given, when, then, conditional based scenario criteria, and some examples. And if the product owner writes a large story, how the product owner will break down the large story into smaller chunks. Yeah, so like this one, and then we will see the benefits, tasks, epics, and then we will see the industry practice. So this is all about theoretical understanding. After understanding this concept, each of you will be practicing in the Jira instance that I have created. So you will be creating the epic, you will be creating the stories, you will be creating the backlog, you will be running the sprints, you will go through the reports, you will also go and then build all these dashboards, which are very, very important. You have to bring a transparency. Even most of these are, so 60 to 70% of the tasks are related to the product owner.
Thank you very much.
No.
My second question is, if you already had the certification of Scrum Master Product Owner, and then you just needed an upgrade, something to refresh yourself. Do you have that?
Right. My sessions are very, very practical, and I understand the certification programs. The main objective sorry, this is on recording. I'm not against any company, anyone. I never ever speak anything about anyone. But the main intentions of the certification programs are, as they say, it is for the certification. They are 2-day training program or a 1-day training program, which will help you to understand at a high level what is this concept about, and they will try to demonstrate your understanding with the help of the certification. But that is not enough to help you crack the interview. That is not enough to land into your job. In the interviews, you need to understand the practical understanding. Let's say if you're, for example, if you're applying for the Scrum Master, nobody will ask you, hey, what are the roles in the Scrum? That is a stupid question if anybody is asking. Nobody will ask. That is a theoretical. So people will be asking, as a Scrum Master, tell me the recent event that you have improved. What is the action that you have taken? What is the metric that you have shared with the stakeholder? How do you interacted with the release manager? So how do you improvise the transparency? Tell me how do you created the skill metrics, or how do you ensure that the team has the right skills, or how do you identify the risks for the team? What are the different kinds of risks? So to understand all these things, you need to have a practical understanding. Yes. So all these things you can learn from me.
Thank you very much. That is very insightful. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And just for your information, if you just go and then
Hello.
the capacity planning, so this is how we will do we will do everything properly step by step. We'll identify the capacity of the team. We will go for a planning session. It's like almost like a simulation, a real-time simulation. And based on the capacity, we will take the number of stories into the sprint, and then we will run the sprint. We will see different scenarios, like let's say in a particular sprint, the team has taken 3 stories. All the stories are completed. That's a positive scenario. And then in the next sprint, we will take 4 stories. We will see that 3 stories are completed, 1 story is not completed. What to do with that story? So will it carry forward, or will it go to the backlog? Or if the story has external dependency, what you will be doing? Or if the story is being worked by some critical team member, and that team member went for an holiday or some unfortunate COVID situation, how do you deal with that situation? These are the things that you need to understand. Okay.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah,
I've got a question.
Dev, please go ahead, Dev.
Hi. Hi. I'm actually starting a new job
Yeah.
as a product owner, Scrum Master. Could I please have some pointers,
Yes.
that will be useful
Mm,
when a person is actually joining a new team
right. Yeah.
in a new company? Yeah.
Good, Dev. I'm very glad. First of all, hearty congratulations to you for securing the job. And at the same time, I'm a little bit confused when you say that you secured the new job as a product owner and Scrum Master. So are you going to perform the 2 roles on your own, or it is one of the job? I want the clarity.
Well, right. Okay. The job is primarily for a product owner, but
Yeah.
then the company would like me also to be a Scrum Master to
Oh.
facilitate.
Oh. So definitely
Mm.
you need a lot of things. But to make you happy with today's session, as a product owner, first thing you need to ensure that you have the vision. The second point, you need to ensure that you have the roadmap and the objectives, and then align with the stakeholders. Identify what are the quarterly objectives are there, and then to meet these objectives, you need to create the content, and you are going to represent the content in the form of epics and user stories. So what I suggest is, please practice yourself on how you can write efficient requirements in the form of epics, user stories, and practice them in the Jira. I can create a free instance for you, and yeah, make yourself hands-on. So that's about the product owner, and then understand the product backlog prioritization techniques. As a product owner, you are going to play a very, very critical role, because whatever the content that you will be asking the team to do, they will be doing on that work. So the entire organization will be looking at you. There is a lot of responsibility on you. It is not simply like you just drag the You just simply take the work and then give it to the team. That's not a good product owner. So you see in my product owner slides, so you have to understand your stakeholders. That is also important. Yeah, maybe just 1 minute on the stakeholder. I will just tell you important. Oops, sorry. Just right. So as a product owner, you need to interact with the various stakeholders. Dave, you will be interacting with the business people. Yeah, so you will be interact. These are the business people, and this guy is Dave. So this is Dave, and you will be interacting with the business people, capturing the requirements, and then you have to allocate your time based on the priority. For example, loans are really important. So for this loan stakeholder, you will spend 70% of the time, or you will give preference. You need to prioritize your stakeholders. You will be interacting with the finance team for budgets. You will be interacting with the solution architects, because they will be doing some feasibility assessments, whether it is really possible or not. This business guy, Lakshmi, this business guy said that, hey Dave, can you please do the PayPal payments? That is really important for our organization. And then you have interacted with the solution architect. So the feasibility plan, this guy said that, hey, this PayPal payments, we need to interact with the third party. That is not possible in our infrastructure. So we have to go for plan B. Again, interact with the business, bring them to the alignment. So you will be interacting with the solution architect, finance team. You will be interacting with the risk team. You will be interacting with the release manager. You will be interacting with the Scrum master. You will be interacting with the developers, like this. So identify your stakeholders and then make a plan. That is important. Yeah. So these are all the product owner, and then represent your work, and then make it an ordered backlog. Make it visible, make it transparent. Yeah. So create the releases, create the priority, and then ensure that each and every requirement has an acceptance criteria. So that is important. So why we need to have an acceptance criteria? Because that will help the testers to write the test cases, and the team will be able to evaluate. That creates a boundary of the story. That is important to write the acceptance criteria. So those are the typical things that you need to do as a product owner. And then as a scrum master, whenever you take up a team, you have to ensure that the team has right skills. That is very important. Your skills are very critical to translate your requirement from the product backlog into a working software. Very important. The skills are important. Prepare a skill matrix and then identify the risks, and then see what is that you need to do as a scrum master to bridge those gaps. That is important. And help the team members to define their agreements. What is the definition of ready, definition of done? As a scrum master, you are going to document the team agreements, the definition of ready and definition of done, get it formally agreed, so that we are bringing more transparency. Yeah. And then you have to set up the ceremonies, all the things. Plenty of things. Maybe I need at least 2-3 hours for you to explain what are the things that you need to do, but this is best what I can do in few minutes for you, Dave. Okay.
Thank you very much.
No problem, Dave.
Those are very good pointers. Yeah.
My pleasure. No problem. Questions?
Hi Lakshmi, this is
Chaitanya, please go ahead.
yeah, thank you. Hi Lakshmi, this is Chaitanya from Hyderabad, India.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm from non-IT background. Like I'm from MBA, and now I'm doing investment banking related jobs.
Okay.
So is this one help for me to improve my career?
Yes, I do have students who are from non-IT, and they are doing the Scrum Master jobs. Yes, it will be helpful. However, you have to definitely need to keep extra efforts. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Actually,
then
because of I don't have any coding experience, something like that. Just totally different
Right.
platform I'm from.
So what I suggest, go to the jobs and then see, and then click here the Scrum Master India, if it is, and then see how most of the jobs, they will not be asking any coding, most of them, to my knowledge. Yeah. So if it is asking for the coding, so you can just safely ignore. So
Okay.
CGI, one of my student is also working in CGI, so work as a business analyst, but not that required. So you can connect me directly. I am also from the same region, Chaitanya, for your information. You can connect me
Okay.
directly on my number. I can provide you the required guidance.
Thank you.
No problem, Chaitanya. Yes, next question.
Hi, Lakshmi.
Hey.
Hi, Lakshmi. This is Arvind Kumar.
Arvind, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Lakshmi, I just want to understand, right, with respect to your training. So, there is something called Safe Agile and Scrum, right? Will you cover both for all this? You have the same 14 sessions for all, or you will have a specific timing for specific sessions?
Right. So first thing first, I'm not an authorized trainer to do the safe training. Scaled safe is for the scaled agile framework. But I have in my network, I have 2-3 trainers who are good at the safe trainings and who is ready to do safe trainings for less than 50% of the market cost, whatever the region that you are in. So you can reach me for that one, but I will not be teaching. And honestly, I haven't done any tie-up with any of the companies, because whenever we do a tie-up with any particular organization, so they will be giving me guidance like, okay, this is Lakshmi, these are the list of topics that you need to teach, these are the examples that you need to use, and these are the 2 days, and so you have to do. So I'm against them, because those are just helping the people with the theoretical approach. But I want to see the success. I'm doing the training. Look, I will be getting bit of money. That's okay. But beyond money, I always see how I can make my people role models. Plenty of people. So if you please join my Telegram group, and then just go there and then say, whenever people get some job, right? So I just message them, hearty congratulations. This is my way. Yeah. So whenever you just type here, hearty congratulations, just showing you. So
Hi,
so here
hi,
you will be
Lakshmi.
getting plenty of messages. So every week you people will be getting. So to answer your question, yes, I can't do the safe, and I have my own tailor-made course called Practical Scrum Master, which will help you to land up in Scrum Master and Product Owner jobs with full-fledged of the practical training. You can for
Okay,
safe also
got it.
reach me. Yeah.
Yeah, but with this sessions, 14 sessions, can I appear for the job for that exams for the Scrum Master certification?
Exactly. You can, no problem. So you can just go and then register for scrum.org directly, the certifications. You can go ahead, no problem. So they will demonstrate your knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, okay.
Hi,
Thank you so
Lakshmi.
much.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, this is Shafay. So, I come from a Scrum background, but
Very
I
good, Shifai.
recently got a new job,
Yeah.
and it's a completely Kanban environment, and they're looking to transition into Scrum. So, what do you think are the things I should be watching, looking out for, or how to
Right.
help that transition?
Yeah, yeah. So are you guys using the Jira tool?
Yes, we are Jira and Confluence.
Right, right. Yeah. So whenever you are migrating the things, so first thing is the bulk migration. First, you need to, whatever the idea, tasks, the stories that are there in Kanban, you need to migrate them to the product backlog. So when you go to the list one, and then what I suggest is go to the search, and I identify your stories, identify all the list of tasks. For example, my project is project equal to ABC support. So this is a support project. Yeah, this is a Kanban project. And then I want to transform this I want to move these stories from Kanban project to the Scrum. So just I go here, and then I go for the bulk change. and then just go for this 4-step process, migrate to the Scrum project. Yes, that is one thing. So once the data is migrated to the from Kanban to the Scrum, Kanban is about, as you know, it is about the continuous flow of value, whereas in the Scrum you are doing the value in an incremental fashion. So first, whenever you are transforming to Kanban to the Scrum, so move this one and establish the Scrum ceremonies. Okay, establish the sprint length, and then in order for the to successfully complete the sprint, identify, so plan your recurring planning sessions and these daily scrums, review, retrospection, and then do some trainings for the team, because the team has to shift their mind from Kanban ways of working to the Scrum ways of working. Here you have more events. Here the things are more structured, and then you have the retrospections, so that you set the expectations to the team, and then you also help the team in defining their definition of ready and the definition of done. You create all the required groundwork, and then you go with some initially the PBR sessions, and then go it again PBR sessions, go for the sprint. Yeah, conduct all those things. So it's going to take some time. You cannot just do it in one go, but these are the baby steps that you need to take to start to transform from Kanban to Scrum. And even the metrics also change. Here you will be using them CFDs and all the things, but here you will be using the burn down chart, velocity chart. The burn down chart, velocity chart, they are against time. So in the sprint, you have 2 weeks of duration, right? So here, this is the 2 weeks of duration. The burn down chart is against time, and in the velocity chart is also against time. In the Kanban, because there is no timeline here, it's a continuous flow of work. So you don't have this chart, this chart. So your metrics will be changed. A lot of change will come.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Look, for each of your question, I definitely need a lot of time to help you understand, but I assume that you are getting a high level of a sense of what are the things that you need to do. Yeah, if you need more clarification, just reach me. If my time permits, definitely I will be more than happy to guide you.
Thank you.
No problem, dear. Question.
Hi, Lakshmi. How are you? This is MT. You mentioned an agile report when you were initially presenting. Do you mind sending that link on the chat box, please?
Yeah, I can do that. It is just look. It is just you will be getting on the internet as well, but
Okay.
I really doubt if I can add a file here.
Or if you tell me what the name is, and then I can search online.
Yeah, it is just that annual state of agile report. You can type it online. You should be able to get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Annual state of agile report.
Annual state of agile report. And in the chat as well, I will just message these things. Whoever wants to just connect with me, you guys can connect with me. And then I will also message my Telegram link, as some of you are asking.
Yes.
And you can join my Telegram group as well. So here,
Fantastic.
this is the Telegram group. No conditions, no money involved, right? Okay, so most of my students, and you will be getting all the real-time questions. And you can see, hi team, what are the things should a new Scrum Master should keep in mind? And these are the today's questions. So I didn't got the time, and the opportunities as well. Looking for Scrum Master to work in the client location, minimum of 2 experience, this one. And yes, yesterday also I was posting, this guy got the job in UK, my student, and a lot of job opportunities. We continuously post. And so I see India students, this is really urgent. Please send the resumes as soon as possible. These are all my LinkedIn connections. Yeah. And here we are looking for senior. So just come, and while you are there, what I can do, I created the WhatsApp group, but it just got finished in just less than a month. So I created this. I have to see. I think I have to just go to the manage group, and then I have to see. I'm just trying to. Oh, no. not really great at all these admin things, but I will share you that I will share you the link. Yeah.
All right
Yeah.
then. Thank
Good.
you very much. Yeah.
No problem. Yeah. Any other questions, friends? While I will just get the link.
Yeah, this is Arvind Kumar again, Lakshmi.
Arvind, go ahead, Arvind.
So, yeah, Lakshmi. So, Lakshmi, just want to understand in a high level what is the difference between the Scrum and the Safe Agile?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just a second. Let me just drop this one, and then I will, because people are
Yeah,
asking
please.
me
Okay.
just to do this, and I will just go. Okay, friends. What's the Telegram link? And the guys, if you want to join, that's my Telegram link. Yeah. So you will get answers there, and you can share it with your friends as well. Okay, good. So you are asking about the Scrum. Scrum is, you can think it's a basic fundamental unit. Like, so Scrum is the core where you can apply the Scrum for, like in the Scrum, for the Scrum team, you have a product owner, and you have a Scrum master, and you have the developers. This is one team, and then you can apply your Scrum there here. So assume your large organization, you will be having multiple Scrum teams. So you will be having, this is one team, and you have another team here, like this. So you will be having, oops, I think it's me. So hide all. Yeah. So you will have, in the large organizations, you will be having multiple teams. When you, how can you scale up your agile principles and values? So you need to have a large scale Scrum. So when you are implementing these principles and all things, so over a period of time, we have safe scaled agile framework as one of the preferred framework, which using which you can manage this agile. So it is basically at a scale level, scaled agile framework.com, right? So here you can just understand here, but the basic core things, the Scrum is there. Similarly, another large scale Scrum is less.works, large scale Scrum. So this is also when you have multiple teams. For your information, I'm also a large scale Scrum practitioner. I have implemented large scale Scrum when I was in Belgium for 4 years. Good. Some high level understanding. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, but it's
Thank you.
really depth. But
Thank you.
you can connect me. I can share you some material. I don't charge for that. I can share you some material if you are interested. Yeah.
Sure, I will.
Yeah.
Sure, I will.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing the knowledge.
No
Thank you so
problem.
much.
So I have another question.
Yeah,
real
please.
quick. Yes, how can you tell, say if you have multiple teams, how can you gauge the maturity of your teams? You know, some teams are like pretty fast, and some teams are not quite as fast or savvy. So how can you gauge the maturity or create a balance where you could actually run them in an equilibrium also?
Yeah, interesting, very interesting question, that one. So when you are having multiple teams, the chances are highly likely that some team is really matured enough, and then some team is not really matured enough. When the maturity is really an abstract word, it is very much important for you to understand what are the parameters that you want to use to gauge the maturity of the team. Identify the parameters first. Let us say, identify the parameters like, oh, the team has the definition of ready and definition of done in place. Do we have it? And the team, the product owner and the developers, are they collaborating well? And the teams, are they using all the burn down chart and velocity chart effectively? Are they using it? And the team, they are participating in all the events. Let us say these are some of the parameters that you are evaluating to assess the maturity of the team. And this is team A, and this is team B. Team A, you have started the agile journey in 2020. Team B, they are just in 2021, in the month of March they have started. So for team A, tick. Team B, product owner and development team. So you can just go for maybe five-star rating. Yeah. So team A, maybe they are going for 3 star. Here maybe 2 star. So here they are using these charts, yeah, because they are already familiar. Maybe this one is 1 chart. And events, all the events they are participating 5 star. So we don't have events here. So as a Scrum Master, you are going to give more focus here and bring them and contribute to their agile maturity. And because this team is matured much better when compared with this team B. So you need to have some kind of strategy and planning like this and do the assessment and go ahead and then create your agile maturity. Where is this? Sorry. You can create some charts like this. I have some templates which I normally evaluate for the teams for the agile maturity. So you can just prepare some spider webs like this. So this is first level of maturity. This is second level of maturity, like this. Got it, brother?
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thanks so much, sir.
So,
Hi, Lakshmi.
hey.
Yeah, so my name is Ola, and I'm in London. I have a quick question.
Yes, brother.
Your course starting on the 26th.
Yes,
How
right.
much is it? Sorry, how much is that? Where can I find the details?
I have a bad practice. Like, I don't discuss the cost in the wider forms. Please, you can connect
Okay.
with. Yeah. Please connect with me on my number. So I'm happy to
Okay.
discuss. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you.
Good. Thank you. And just for your information, guys, I had my COVID second vaccine a few hours back, and this was an unplanned vaccine that I had. I just went for a walk-in, and then they said that yes, the slot is available. I took the Pfizer, and I'm having some bit of temperature. My energy levels are a little bit less, so I tried my best to pull my energy, and because I don't want to cancel this event because the event got already published widely. So I hope you enjoyed the session. Maybe I can spend another 10 more minutes to take your questions, friends, and then I need to stop.
Okay, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi. Brilliant. This is David. So just a simple practical question. So if there is a project to be done, a brand new team to be formed, but one of the existing members is an internal player, okay, and that team member is currently is actually being posted as the Scrum Master, right? And then there's a conflict of interest between the Scrum Master and the new team coming in as the Agile team, the Scrum team. How would you resolve, or how would you approach to resolve that conflict where the Scrum Master and where there's a conflict of interest or clash between the Scrum Master and the new PO, product owner?
So look, as a Scrum Master, we always need to think about what can I do for the team so that the team can perform their activities better, so that the team can do their job better. So when you are talking about a conflict of interest, can you please tell me a small, maybe just an example of what is that conflict? Like the team, they are not happy with the Scrum Master, or what is that conflict we are talking about here?
Yeah, so the Scrum Master is actually part of the team, right? Internal, working with the organization.
Right. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And then this Scrum Master is trying to influence the team on a particular solution, and the team
That
members,
is
they are not.
correct.
Yeah.
Exactly, because the Scrum Master is part of the system
I know.
that's already in that team. Now they're bringing in a new set of, you get the gist. Okay.
I already got the picture. I have experienced this. Yeah. So the Scrum Master, especially when they are technically really strong, and then the Scrum Master in this situation, they try to influence the team, which is not a good character. As a Scrum Master, you should not be an influencer. You should act as a neutral agent and facilitate the team and help the team to self-organize and then come up with the best approach. Here, normally whenever a conflict of interest happens, I try to involve all the team. Let us say, for example, if this particular person and this particular person, Dave and Lakshmi, are fighting for a common solution. Hey, my solution A is good, my solution B is good, but both are, it's a good debate, it's a good conflict, yeah, healthy one. And in this situation, the Scrum Master need to involve the team, involve the other team members also, and involve the subject matter experts. If possible, involve the solution architect or enterprise architect or whoever is available, who is having a better understanding on the technical landscape of the organization, and then just come up with a workshop and then identify the pro. This is the solution A and then solution B. Identify the pros and cons. So what are the pros here? What are the cons here? What are the pros here? What are the cons here? And then bring the team to an alignment. As a Scrum Master, it is always important for us to understand how can I bring the team to alignment, whether it could be the estimation, whether it could be a solution, conflicts, and everything. Bringing them to alignment using the techniques is important. So here, in the when the Scrum Master is acting, it is an unfortunate situation that Scrum Master is trying to influence. Maybe the team, what I personally suggest is the team, they will be having the courage to do the right thing, one of the Scrum values. And the team can use the retrospection as an opportunity to bring this one. Hey, we are seeing the Scrum Master is not supporting us with this one. Scrum Master is not creating the environment for us to succeed. Let's discuss openly. So your openness, courage, and all those things, it's the Scrum values. Making sense? So use the retrospection. So the team will come up openly. The Scrum Master also discuss openly, and yeah, so they have to align because it's basically together as a team we are delivering the value to the customer. It's not about this internal politics or conflicts. That team spirit.
Excellent. Thank you.
No problem, brother.
Yeah, I think the retro makes more sense as well. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
Makes more sense, and bring the courageousness to the team. Whenever I talk about courage, I really encourage. Let us say, for example, Lakshmi is the product owner, and this guy Lakshmi is really a pushy guy. He just write a partial user stories and then give it to the team. Guys, this is what I understood from the stakeholders. Can you please start working? This is a half-baked story, and the team will end up in doing a lot of rework. So if you want to build courage, what is the action that you need to take? As a Scrum Master, you encourage the team members to define their definition of ready. What is this definition of ready for the team? And get it agreed, mutually agreed between the product owner and the developers. Now the developer says that, let us say, one of the definition of ready criteria is the story needs to have an acceptance criteria. Without acceptance criteria, we cannot. Okay, that is one of our definition of ready. Tomorrow, if the product owner comes with a story without any acceptance criteria, let us say this small example, yeah. Here, epics and user stories, and then I'm going to one small example here. Let's say this is the example, and here this particular online banking customer, we want to build a password, and the product owner said that, guys, this is the story. Now the team has full courage to say no to the story. How you build the courage to the team? Because we have that agreed definition of ready. Without acceptance criteria, we are no longer going to accept the stories. So now the product owner has to get the acceptance criteria from the stakeholders and then give it to the team. So build this courage factor, openness, courage, all these things are very, very essential.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, brother. No problem. Any questions, friends? Oh, thank you. Yeah. It should not be a big thing. I hope I will do.
Hello,
Hey.
Hello, it's Caroline again.
Hi, Caroline.
Yes, I've just seen your acceptance criteria. I know that it comes with a syntax. What you have listed there, is it another form of writing acceptance criteria instead of having the given then when?
Yeah, this is another this is another form of writing the acceptance criteria. The given then one is the Gherkin language. It is a scenario-based acceptance criteria, and this is a checklist based of an acceptance criteria. So you can write whatever is really working for you.
Thank you.
No problem, dear. Any further questions, friends?
Hi, Ajay this side.
Hey, Ajay.
For a non-IT background,
Yes.
especially who is working in a telecom or sales,
Right. Yeah.
I'm not, and suppose that person is certified. So
Yeah.
which training of yours is appropriate for them?
Very, very appropriate.
Because the practical ones you have already included Jira
Yeah.
and other thing. I think you
Correct.
will also include JQL, Jira
Oh yeah,
query.
of course. Because due to the limitation of the time, I was not able
Means
to.
there are lots of things. Someone is certified, but they don't have a practical experience. So that
But
is the
no, that's the reason I.
actually this is a wild goose chase problem over here.
Right. No.
It's applicable
What
on me
I
too.
say, I always no. I say I always have the product owner mindset. As a product owner, I always want to make my product successful. If I want to make my product successful, I want to see the competitors, what they are doing, what is the thing that I have to do so that I can make my product successful. I have noticed, I have done a research, market research, and I have noticed that most of them they are helping the people to complete their certification. But people are investing their money, valuable time, not just only for the certification. Certification just help you to get an interview call, but it will not help you to crack the interview. To crack the interview, you need some practical skills. You need to have a lot of confidence. Okay, so you need to have that virtual environment created. So that kind of a thing, a resume preparation, interview guidance, and lot of my teams, right, they get the jobs, and when they appear for the interviews, I will be documenting their questions, and I will be creating, for example, here, just a second, sorry, maybe interview question and answers, maybe this question and answers, right? So we collected, and let's say assume that 10 user stories are agreed to the delivery of the current sprint. You are in the middle of the sprint, PO has asked this one, what you will do, what should be your answer. So more than 100 practical question and answers we have gathered. So I will be helping the teams with the resume guidance, practical preparation, the interview guidance, and of course anyway we have the continuous support on the telegram group, and a lot of my students who already got the jobs, they are already posting their question, they are already posting the positions here. So yeah, it's a good environment we need to create. Basically we want to make people success, right? So this training I get to know here and there, luckily thank god that I'm settled enough, but I'm mainly doing this training to improvise the lives of the people. That's my main passion.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, friends, I'm stopping the recording now.